Sup, internet? Okay, I've been trying to somewhat get ready for this, and there is honestly no way because I can't really research stuff like this. But, yeah. So, I was in a live last night, and I finally asked the question because whenever people say in the many places that I go along onto the YouTube streets and stuff, they're like, oh, look at them chemtrails, and I'm just like, okay. So, but nobody ever explains what the hell a chemtrail is, or what the purpose of said chemtrail is supposed to be. Oh, and I'm gonna be doing this because it's midnight on a Monday. I had a shitty day. Hope you didn't have a shitty day either, but if you did, screw it. I guess it's kind of like Tuesday now, so whatever. So, I'm in the live, and I'm like, so Mr. Skywatcher, which Enlightened Skywatcher, is pretty cool. You might want to go over there and check him out. Now, when he answered me, I'll admit, he got a little deep for me. I did not expect the amount of deepness that he gave me. And just, God, that just sounds so wrong. But yeah. Eek. Okay, there. Adjustments. So, I asked him exactly what the purpose of chemtrails were, because I had always assumed, science, because you start your car up in the wintertime and you see exhaust, so I'm assuming it's colder up in the air where the airplanes go. I mean, that's just what I always assumed. But, if people want to say otherwise, because, it's not that far off the government could be trying to do stuff. I mean, it's possible. But, I don't know, they're not really trying to hide shit nowadays, so they'll just be like, you know what, we're gonna fuck you over, and, that's a whole other one. But yeah, so he says chemtrails are designed for population control, which I can kind of see that. And I'm like, well, what are they actually supposed to do? And I'm like, because it takes a lot to get down there, and I'm just like, so he's all like, well, it could infiltrate our water and air supply and stuff. And I was like, alright, I can see that. Now, I don't know about all the other stuff he said, because I think the other stuff has more to do with the normalization of said things that he was speaking about, and I am not going to speak about that on this channel, because it's one of those things, if you be you, man. But I don't know. I mean, it just seems like a long way around of poisoning the population. Because I can understand the whole population control thing, because they have the Georgia Guidestones, and that gets pretty damn deep. And you kind of wonder who would think of such a thing. And I'm just like, weird. But, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Honestly, I do know I gotta film mid-mongoose. So, there's like a 5-minute video I gotta do. So I'm gonna do my makeup at midnight. Try to be, But the only other reason I decided to do this was because I remember the first time I decided to do this series, I asked some of my conspiracy theory groups, you know, for ideas. And this other guy had an idea about chemtrails, which is pretty interesting. But we'll get into that later. But Skywatcher said that mainly it's to get us sicker and stuff, and I can understand that, but then again, we as a society have become more sedentary, which we don't move around that much. We've become so advanced. So, I mean, I don't know. And that green is just like not that much. I don't know why. But we seem to get sicker the more sedentary that we become. So that could kind of have something to do with it. You know, we're so advanced that we kind of screw ourselves over in a sense now. Because, you know, like the whole movie WALL-E kind of creeped me out. And it's scary that seems to be happening. But yeah. Wow, that's dark. Yeah, that one was darker, guys. But then, and I can't remember this dude's name, and I'm gonna like tear apart my living room looking for my little book that has all these ideas that they gave me, because I promised that I would name them in the video. I think the name was Cody. But he's like the chemtrails, but the effect that they have on people that are vaccinated. Is there any difference? Which, again, we are not going to go into an anti-vax thing because it's your kid. Do what the hell you want as long as it's illegal and stuff like that. I don't really care. I vaxxed my kids. Don't tell me I'm wrong or that I gave my kid autism or whatever. I don't really care. Do what you want with your kid. Just don't kill them. You know, that's bad. So we're not going to start an anti-vax debate because I honestly don't care what you do with your life. But this video is going to get flagged, I bet. Anyway. So as for the chemtrails on people that are vaccinated, well, as far as I know, I'm vaccinated. I mean, I didn't know my sisters got like the German measles when they were like 3, which I don't know if they had like the measles vaccine like mandatory back then. And I am messing this up so bad. I don't know, man. I should have became better prepared for this. I always say this, but I never do. I mean, would I say that I've been sicker than normal? I mean, no. It's, like I said, as far as I know, I've been vaccinated, which, I don't know, my mom was kind of weird, so who knows. But people say that what I have could be attributed to my biological father's exposure to Agent Orange, which, damn, man, what are you gonna do? I mean, he did what he had to do, and what would I be? Would they be first generation or second generation? I would assume that the kids born after Vietnam would be first generation Agent Orange exposure, and then my kids would be second generation. But I mean, I don't think anybody's really going to sit there and try to say that, because that would be a hell of a government payout, and ain't got that kind of money. But I don't know. Ever since I've like had this question come up, I look up into the skies, and I don't really honestly see that many chemtrails in my area, which is kind of odd. And This has a lot of fallout. Like, oh my god. It's just one of them weird things. See, now I'm constantly looking up at the sky, which I'm a weirdo anyway, so what are you gonna do? But would the government be trying to kill us? I mean, where are they gonna get their money from if they did? And more people are going on disability now, which that's more the government has to pay out, so I don't really know. I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm pretty, I'd like to say I'm up in the air in the on the thing, but that would be a really, really bad pun. And I don't want people to yell at me for such things. But, and I done messed up my eyes, because I can't really try to blend for the life of me, and apparently it's still Monday for me, so yay. But what do you guys think? Do you guys see a lot of chemtrails in your area? I can't honestly say that I see any more in my area versus bigger cities. And maybe they just don't really want to concentrate that much on Texas right now. I don't know. But, I mean, it's possible. Then again, it is also possible that I try to avoid going outside because every time I do, a bunch of nonsense happens. And I honestly don't want to deal with it. I just want to water my freaking garden. But, I mean, that's a whole other topic. So, I don't know if Skywatcher is going to watch this, but I did tell him about it yesterday. But, and I didn't tell him about the whole vaccine people, or vaccinated people. And I don't know if I would actually do, one episode on Agent Orange exposure, because I honestly don't know that much about it. I've joined a couple of groups, like, a long time ago, and I'd like to say that I could blame it all on Agent Orange exposure, but honestly, I'm pretty lazy, and I do feel better when I move around, so I don't know, but right now I am in a position where I'm not moving around as much, so yeah. There's that. Oh, and if you have actually made it this far, I do have a question. Because, you know how everybody sits there and says we have our own FBI agent? Now, I had a little debate with my daughter, because I asked her, I wonder what my FBI agent's name is. And I was like, I think his name is David. I don't know why I think it's a guy. Probably because I've never been wished happy birthday by the FBI. But my daughter thinks it's Tom. No, wait, Tom? Todd. Some guy named Todd. So, what do you think my FBI agent's name is? And what is yours? Have they said anything to you? I mean, and if my FBI agent wants to comment on this video on Wednesday and tell me what his name is and introduce himself, and that would be pretty cool too, because if anything comes out of this series, to have the FBI or CIA subscribe to my channel would be, like, literally the best thing ever. But as for chemtrails, I don't know, man. It's possible, but I don't know, I think they have harsher ways, more exact ways of doing such things. I mean, look at Flint's water. They've literally got over $200 million to get it fixed, and GM is still pumping in water from Detroit because it corrodes the metal on the cars. But They say it's good. Oh well, I guess I don't. Maybe my friends that live there are wrong. I don't know. Anyway, that was this week's episode of Wtf Wednesday. I tried to be creative, but I'm honestly not feeling the whole makeup thing today because, really crappy day, but I'm gonna power through and do the whole YouTube thing. And I have no idea what the hell I'm gonna talk about next week. Usually I do. But I'm gonna skedaddle over to my bed and unbox my jewelry. So you'll see that before you see this. So we're gonna time travel somehow. But yeah. So until next time, bye internet!